Hey guys, welcome to Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. Today is February 16th, I think, 2023, and we have not done a video in a while. We have not done an update in a while or an introduction of our family, so that's what we're doing today. So we are a family of 10. We are the Cows, which is why we call ourselves Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. Our last name is hard for people to say, so they call us the Cows. So that is us. So I am Mom, Sarah. I am just turned 40 years old, and my husband Mark is behind the camera. He is 48 years old. We will talk about us more, but I'm going to introduce the kiddos first. So this is Gideon. Hi. Gideon is 16 months old, 16 and a half months old. He is walking all over the place. He likes to be outside. He likes to be dirty. What else do you like? He loves music. We do these videos so that we can look back and see what people liked at different times. He loves music, his favorite being Sovereign Grace, right? And the Risers. Those teach Bible doctrine and songs. Oh, and he likes Adam's Road, which is a band from Florida. So what else do you like? He likes to eat everything, anything and everything, usually whatever is in somebody else's hand, right? Yeah. He likes applesauce packets right now. That's one of the things we keep in the car for him. And he likes to be with mommy almost all the time, right? Which is a good thing. Yes? So we're going to let him go. We don't have so much to say about him. He's going to go with a big sister who will come back to introduce herself later. Next person, come here. This is Malachi. Malachi turned 3 back in October. He's carrying around his gun. We're going to put over there so you don't do it. Look at the camera so everyone can see you. Can you say hi?
Hi.
What things do you like to do? You like to learn your letters and your numbers. He knows all of his letters. He can point them out, like M, J, and he knows all his numbers, and he can beat you at Uno, right? If any of our viewers want to come to our house and play Uno, this guy will play with you. He loves it, right?
Yeah.
And what are your favorite things to do? You like to be outside?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you like to run around?
Yeah.
And he likes to see animals at the zoo. Grandma got us a zoo pass, and he loves the zoo, right? And one of the reasons we haven't done videos for a little while is we've had sickness going on. This has just been a bad year for everyone being sick, like in the country. But we had like a cold thing, and then we had a couple kid had a little stomach bug. Baby fell over, and then we got a cold again. So the coughs were over being contagious. We just have leftover coughs. Anything else you like to do?
Yep.
Yep. Well, if you want to tell them, you gotta tell them now, because otherwise you're getting out. Okay, nothing else to tell him. Hey, Malachi was there. Now Uriah. Uriah is our next. We're going in age order. Are you gonna sit on my lap? Oh,
Dude,
Hi.
what is wrong with your head?
what happened to your head?
What is that?
I fell.
He fell and landed on a stick. We're calling him Bear Scratch right now. That's his name, right? But we actually call him Squishy Moose. That's his nickname. Oh, we forgot to say, Baby doesn't really have a nickname. We call him Baby sometimes. Malachi, his nickname is Bob, and this guy is Squishy Moose because he likes to be squished. He likes to move around constantly. He likes to do somersaults, and he's really, really strong, right?
Yeah.
Do you like to help Mama do stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we are unloading groceries, what do you like to do? Do you carry the milk for me?
Yeah.
He carries 2 gallons of milk. He's a pretty tough cookie. And he is a pretty tough cookie. He doesn't feel pain. Like when he gets hurt, he'll cry, and then it won't even bother him after it happens. What are some things you like to do? What do you like to do?
I like to whittle.
He likes to whittle. This is a new
Yeah.
skill. You
I
gonna show
made
him?
a spear.
Made a spear with help, right?
Yeah.
Mommy and Daddy sat with you. So he made a spear. He also likes to read. He's a very good reader. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you like Bible verses?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you say a Bible verse?
That's not a Bible verse.
Someone's pretending to shoot a gun off screen. It is a piece of wood. He's
That
pretending to
is
shoot.
not a Bible verse.
That is not a Bible verse. How about, and Jesus?
Jesus came and said to them, all authority in heaven and on earth.
Daddy's dancing behind the camera.
Therefore, and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always, to the end of the age.
Now big sister's dancing with somebody behind the camera. So yes, dancing with a baby. So Uriah really likes to do school with his big siblings. He likes to.
No, I don't.
You don't?
You don't like his...
He likes to do
What are you
school,
talking about?
and he likes all kinds of stuff. You like to just move. He wants to be moving all the time. Anything else you want to say to these lovely people? Okay, your turn is done, Mr. 5.5-year-old. Go, go, go. Who's next? Who's the next oldest? Oh, yeah, that's right. This
If I could
is
have it.
Petunia. Petunia.
Or diddle dirl.
Or Diddle Dirl. Or
Diddle dirl.
Baby Girl. Baby Girl,
Doodle.
right?
What's your actual name?
Abigail.
And how old are you?
I am 7 and almost gonna turn 8.
She is almost going to turn 8 in less than a month. Just less than a month. And what are your favorite things to do?
I like doing school, cooking, playing outside.
Yes, the other day she learned how to make focaccia bread, and it was very good.
And I wrote down the recipe this morning.
She wrote down the recipe. She likes to use mommy's phone to text message her auntie and her grandma, right? Yep. She gets permission for that. And what else do you like to do? She does love school. She just did a whole week's worth of math today. She's learning division. You like school. And you like to read. I always am telling her, you need to put the book down so we can go do something else, right? And she's got glasses recently, and she likes to play a lot, and so this is her second pair because the other one's broke, and these ones are really dirty, I can tell today. You're gonna have to go wash them when we're done with this. And what else? Anything else about you? You like to learn Bible verses too. You like to sing.
Yeah, we all like singing.
We do all like singing. Is there anything else you want to mention on this video? No, no more talking. Okay, you go be shy somewhere else. Josiah,
Okay.
come. What's your name?
Josiah.
Who are you? Tell us about yourself.
So I like playing with a tennis ball. It's my favorite thing to do.
Are you like a dog? Do you catch it in your teeth?
And so I just like sweeping and shoveling, and me and Abigail in Cobleville. In Cobleville, me and Abigail are cleaners. We trim stuff and clean up the yard.
What is Cobbleville?
We just call this Cobleville because
So our family is living on the property of our friends, and all of the kids, they have 8, we have 8, have decided that we've made this little village, town, whatever you want to call it, that has been named Cobbleville, and every couple months they take a, what's it called? Like they vote to see who's going to be the new president, and then they all have different jobs.
President of the academy.
Yeah, he was the president of the academy. These guys are the cleaners. Everybody has different jobs. Audrey's president right now. Samuel was president at one point. And they send notes to each other over the fence in case there's new things that have to be decided or new laws or spy notes. And so that's their Cobbleville, right?
And I'm 10.
And Josiah is 10, and I will talk about him in a little bit on this video for our introductions. But, what? Sure, you can tell them what we had for lunch.
So for lunch, this was a surprise. We had a Chick-fil-A.
Yes, we did. It was a very fun surprise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't go out to eat very often, so it was very exciting. We were using a gift card we got for Christmas, right? Okay, your turn to get out.
Bye.
Abigail, can you go tell Naomi to head this direction? No, you don't need to sit on my lap. Okay. Oh, okay. Come, just get behind me.
Okay.
Get
Get
behind
behind me, Satan.
I will lean down. Go ahead.
Are you kidding me? Seriously?
What?
Get up.
Okay, go ahead.
So I am Samuel. I am 13 years old. I turned 13 just 8 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what do I like to do?
The hat gives you away.
History and military. Those are my favorite things to do. And reading.
About
Eating.
history and military.
Eating about
Reading.
eating.
Yeah.
Eating.
Reading and eating. Pretty much, if you wanted to make this boy happy, tell him a book that you really like, or tell him some type of food, give him some type of food. That would all work.
He's a 13-year-old boy. All you have to do is feed him.
Yep, he's pretty happy with that. But
Yeah.
yep,
I
that's
liked it too.
we'll tell more about you later.
I liked it
'Kay.
too.
Now, next child. Who are you? What is
You
your
duck
age?
down so I can see you.
Don't pull me over.
Don't knock mommy out the chair.
knocking you over.
I thought I was afraid. So she was in cooking, so she didn't know what we're doing. So everyone's introducing themselves, telling their age and things that they like to do, like about you, so that when you watch this in a couple of years, you'll be like, ah, yeah, that's what I like to do.
Okay, I'm Naomi. I'm 15. I'm almost 16.
We have big birthdays coming up. He just turned 13. She's gonna be 16 next in a month, a little over a month, and then we have our oldest daughter. You'll see in a minute is gonna be 20 soon. So go ahead.
So what do I like to? What am I doing?
Yeah,
do
things
you
you're
like to do?
interested in, everything.
So in school, I'm really interested in Spanish and guitar. So I like doing that, and then just like crafty projects and stuff.
And photography.
Oh, photography. Yeah, forgot about that one.
She loves photography, and she loves Spanish, and she loves guitar. So that would all those things make her happy.
Sorry.
If you have any suggestions for things along those lines, she likes them. What else?
I like cooking. I usually cook supper, so I like doing that.
That's what she was in doing. What are you making us for supper tonight?
Brazilian rice and beans and cornbread.
Sounds good. Daddy's telling everyone to go over there,
They're
off
bouncing the
camera.
log and making a bunch of noise.
The wind, it's a little windy today, so we're already fighting with that. So we're trying to keep the noise from the logs banging. Too much. Anything else about you? Do you want to remember in the future?
Nope, I'm pretty boring.
She's cute. She's
Tall.
tall. She likes to help out around the house.
She wicked smart.
She likes her siblings. She's smart. She likes to learn Bible and talk to people about Bible. Anything else?
I don't know.
She likes being here because she's got friends that live right down the hill, so she gets to go hang out
I'm
with
bad
them.
at describing myself though.
Yeah. She's not really a person.
Don't
Hey.
worry, we'll talk about you.
Will you switch with Virginia and let her come introduce herself? Here comes the next one. This is our almost 20-year-old. Yes?
Malachi came up to me and said,
Hold on, story off camera.
Samuel, I'm taller than you.
You're not taller than him, Bob.
Okay, so here's our almost 20-year-old. This is Virginia. Hi. So, okay, I just
things-
told your name and age, so things about you. So when we watch this in a couple years, we can be like, oh yeah, Virginia liked that then. Because maybe by then you won't like that anymore.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm enjoying writing and physical labor, like different projects that are happening with our friend's property. So like one thing is the neighbor, they're actually our neighbor's grandparents, so they're kind of like the grandparents of the hill, and part of their barn is being renovated into an apartment, so enjoying like helping out over there with the construction stuff, doing a demolition project for a friend, that sort of thing. So that's really fun at the moment.
She was busy. We had to pull her for this video to introduce her because she was doing a skirt. Yes, hear the wind picking up. She's making me a skirt because she has time to sew an item.
I haven't done much sewing recently, but we wanted to show our neighbors' girls how to make some skirts, and Mommy needed one, and Abigail could have used another one, so we figured we'd make some skirts. So
What are you doing?
I'm attaching the third layer to yours. I was finishing pleating that before I came up.
Speaking of the
So.
third, what else are you doing?
Oh, and I'm writing my third book.
Right.
That's the other third right now.
Which we're not sharing right now what that book's about because
Yeah.
she's working on doing some writing, doing some research, talking to some people to make sure that her story is realistic and biblical.
Trying to make sure that I get a fictional novel to closely mirror reality, and so
Give
it's very
biblical advice.
interesting.
Sorry.
Very
I
much
keep looking at her. I'm supposed to look at the camera.
Don't look at her. You know what
I'm
she
bad at
looks
this
like.
camera thing. Okay.
very much a I was gonna say difficult topic to handle, in that I need to make sure that I'm covering different aspects of it and being faithful to the scriptures and making it enjoyable to read in the process.
So this is unlike either of her other books, but just a quick synopsis of her other books. Do you want to do the synopsis or me?
Sure. The first one is a novel showing abortion ministry, which is
Abigail.
a common term in our circles, but also poorly named. It's ministry to women who are considering abortions, urging them to choose life for their children and to turn to Christ. So the first book was a woman who wants an abortion, who ends up saving her babies' lives, and becomes a Christian in her discipleship from the church throughout that process.
So this book is like that in a way of real life things happening and wanting to make sure that she's getting a accurate view of what's happening and a realistic how people look at that situation.
Yeah.
So similar in that way.
Yes, definitely similar in that way. And
As
it's
opposed to
another
your
novel.
second book.
Yeah, and it's another novel. So the second book is Letters on Biblical Womanhood to a Sister in Christ. And so that was a nonfiction, more article style, but written in the form of personal letters. So that was book 2 on biblical womanhood.
And then book 3 is more like book 1.
Yeah,
So,
another novel.
so
So yeah, writing, physical stuff, like physical labor stuff.
doing stuff
sewing.
around the house. Like she makes breakfast most mornings
Yes.
for the family and helps out with dishes or helps with laundry because we go laundromat right now. So she helps do the laundry so that I can help watch the people's. We usually all travel together, but she does more of the putting it in the machines.
And you're doing the podcast uploads for the church too?
Oh yes, I just got I have the website now for the church that we go to, and so I just got up Sunday's teaching. I have to go through because we turn the recording on, but that doesn't mean that there's always somebody talking while the recording's on. So editing out silences and stuff like that, and then uploading it to the website. So I got that one done. I'm putting my second book, Dear Ruth, as a podcast on Anchor, Spotify, that thing.
Yeah.
And then also weekly, while school is in session, we have campus ministry. So it's me and Naomi and a couple brothers from the church. We go out to campus and set up a whiteboard with a question on it. We have like a Bible verse and then a question that corresponds to that. And people can come up and like answer a survey on it. And so we'll do something like, our gospel has come to you not only in word, but also in power and in the Holy Spirit. So the question would be, has the gospel come to you in power? Or has the word come to you in power? And then people can say like, yes, no, don't care. And so we go out and just engage students with conversations, take out Bibles and tracts and try to talk to people. So that's a weekly thing that we're really enjoying, those hours out on campus, building relationships with the students and meeting new ones each week. Anything else?
She keeps herself pretty busy.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Okay.
That's what I need you for. If you can just keep watching the baby so I can do this and she can finish the food.
Sounds good.
Okay. So we just kind of wanted to do an update because we haven't done an update on our family in a while. So I will introduce myself. My name is Sarah. I am the mother of these children that you just saw. So if you weren't counting, there are 8 children living within our home. We also have a son who is just turned 27, and 2 grandbabies. And so we have 8 living in the home that we are daily discipling and all of that stuff. I am a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool my children, and we use a variety of materials. We aren't set on one certain curriculum. If you want to see videos about homeschooling, we have a bunch of those on our channel, so you can ask questions about those. My husband is Mark. He is 48 years old. He is home full-time because he is disabled with a neurological condition called dystonia. Most people haven't ever heard of that, but he kind of looks like a mix between what you would think of as seizures and Parkinson's. He gets shaky or he just kind of drops, and he has trouble functioning on a lot of days. Some days you would have no idea that Mark had a problem, but that could change in a split second, and we then have to become his caregivers. So Mark being home is very nice. Some days it's more work than others. Last night he went to prayer meeting and had to be escorted to the car and pushed up into his seat by Naomi and a couple of men from the church helping him into the vehicle. So we deal with that, but Mark is home with us all the time. So people who ask what Mark does for work, he does not work right now. He is disabled and does what he can at home when he's able. And what was I going to say? Oh, we also have Josiah, who was in the video, the 10-year-old. Josiah has cerebral palsy and epilepsy, so we deal with seizures and just the struggles of he has one hand that works. So that doesn't affect most of his life. He's figured out how to do things, but he does occasionally need help with like buckling pants, which is very difficult to do one-handed. He has some pants he can do and some pants he can't. But he has figured out how to do most of life without any issues. His seizures, for those who haven't watched us for a while, he started having seizures multiple years ago. He was almost 4 when he started seizures, but his seizures have evolved over time. After he'd had seizures for maybe 2 years, he had a grand mal seizure where we had to give him a seizure, like an emergency medication. That was a weird noise. Might be a child, I don't know. There's a weird noise over there. It's not my child. An emergency medication had to be given on that first grand mal seizure. He then went to having more grand mal seizures. And last year, while we were here in Tennessee, he ended up in the ICU because he had a seizure that would not stop even with the emergency medication that we had been instructed to give him. We have since found a better way to handle those types of seizures, but when we were here and he was having that many seizures, they put him on a second medication. So he was on 2 medications as of March last year. We worked with a therapy center in April. We are trying to do things to help his brain function better and to grow. And since that time, over the course of multiple months and with permission from our doctor and all of that stuff, we decided to take Josiah off his medication. He was having 5 to 7 seizures a day, and our doctor had put him on the highest medication dosage that she could of those medicines because they were trying to show that he medically failed out. What was it called that they don't remember what it's called? Failed medical trial. He had taken 4 medicines at the appropriate dosages and it had not helped his seizures, so they wanted to send us to a doctor in Boston. When we were getting that diagnosis, getting transferred to another care, the doctor said that they felt they couldn't do anything else for us. When they were going to send us there, I asked if we could take him off the medication at a very slow rate so that we could go back up and we'd keep the emergency meds and everything. But I wanted to know what his brain was doing without the medication in his system, because if we're starting with a new doctor and we're starting new testing, I wanted to know what his baseline was. So again, with medical supervision and everything, we slowly, even more slowly than the doctor said, we decreased him off medication. And we went from having 5 to 7 seizures a day, so 30-ish seizures a week, to we had 15 days, 16 days? 16 and a half days just recently before he had a seizure. And he had 1 seizure on Saturday, and today is Thursday, and we haven't had another seizure. So sometimes when he does have a seizure, because he is affected by the moon and he's affected by the weather. So today we have thunderstorms coming in. He's feeling his head's a little off, but he hasn't actually had a seizure. He is affected by those. Sometimes when he does have seizures, he'll have multiples in the day, but we're having very long spans between, where we were lucky if we had 24 hours between a seizure before. I said he was having 5 to 7 a day. We would multiple times a night wake up with him having seizures regularly on the 2 medications. So he is now medication free, and this is where we are right now. There is still a possibility we could see a doctor in Boston, but right now they have not contacted us, so I feel that we are controlled where we are. He has not needed emergency medication for quite a while. I don't remember the last time within the last couple months we gave him the emergency medication, but it did its job and he was fine. He had a doctor's visit after that and everything worked out. So other updates on our family. We are here in Tennessee for right now. It is winter in Maine, which is our normal home. We are here on a friend's property to be able to just be out of the cold of winter. We are doing the 1,000 hours challenge as a family. I don't know that we will get to 1,000 hours. I'm not really so big on... So the 1,000 hours challenge is to get outside for 1,000 hours over the year. I'm not so big on the number. It's just a push of what can we do outside? I am a person who likes to be outside, but I don't think, hey, let's go outside. Once we get outside, I love it. So we actually celebrated 100 hours today. That's why we went to Chick-fil-A. We used that as our reward for getting our 100 hours outside. And for our family, what we're doing is if the majority of the family is outside, the hours are counted. So if Virginia is inside cooking and the rest of us are outside, we count those hours. But if only 2 people are outside, it doesn't get counted. It'll all work out in the end. I did want to say, for people who have been watching our channel for a while,
What's he doing?
hi. Oh, he's making a trap for animals over there.
I made a four.
So the the grocery hauls and things that we've done in the past, I've done things to show how to save money. I think the things that I did are still things that we use, but because prices have gone up around the country, our grocery budget has gone up too. So I have been keeping track since we got to Tennessee. When we came to Tennessee, we didn't have any food storage. So going from having absolutely nothing to now we have probably 2 weeks worth of all foods, you know, meat, rice, beans, vegetables. We have probably 2 weeks worth of extra food. But we have been in Tennessee. We have shopped 16 times. No, I don't know. However, I figured it out. It works out to $244 a week. That's what we're spending for our family of 10. Baby still nurses, but he eats at every meal. So that's what we spend, $244. So just so you know, don't look at my videos from 2 years ago and say, oh, she can do it on $600 a month, because I was doing it on $600 a month, but food prices have gone crazy recently. And so we are still saving money and we have a little bit of wiggle room. I could drop it down if we needed to, but that is what we are spending right now. So didn't want anyone to feel bad about their grocery budget because they're trying to imitate me and my numbers aren't good. You do what you need to for your family. I think that's about it. We're just keeping ourselves busy with working with the church here. We're just trying to support the people that are here, whether that be taking someone a meal or writing encouraging text to them or going and visiting and helping in some way that is, you know, physical labor, whatever it is. We're trying to encourage the small church body that is here, that God is working in the midst, and excited to be going home to see people when that happens, but this is where God has us right now. So just wanted to do an update for you guys. We will see you guys next time on Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God.